You're listening to Entrepreneur's Enigma, a podcast about the ups and downs of the entrepreneurial journey. Every week, your host Seth Goldstein interviews entrepreneurs from all walks of life about their entrepreneurial journeys. From store owners to Fortune 500 CEOs, we all have stories to tell. So sit back and join us for the next 20 or so minutes while we explore the entrepreneurial world.
Hey everyone, welcome to another edition of the Entrepreneur's Enigma podcast. I am Seth, as always, with Podcast Mastery, Goldstein Media. And today I have a buddy of mine, Taylor May. This is his second appearance in the podcast. And this just goes to show how you can take a side hustle to your main hustle. Because when we first discovered Taylor, he was a budding side hustler on the security. Well, it was more like a security podcast, SVIP, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And you were kind of more of an influence play, building stuff out. Now, Taylor is the founder and CEO, which he's always been, but of SecurityVIP, SVIP, also known as a research firm dedicated to bridging the gap between manufacturers and end users in the security industry. And he's been at this for 12 plus years, so he isn't a fly-by-night guy saying, hey, I have some ideas, let's talk. No, he knows his stuff. So Taylor, when did you go full force into this?
Yeah, man.
Full force. Yeah, that's the word.
It was about, so actually my birthday, September, 6 months ago.
Wow.
It was like a goal for mine to make it full time. And I was able to bootstrap to the point where I was able to financially support the family and got the wife blessing. And
that's the key. That's key.
Yeah, that's Kate. Yeah. So I got the approval from her and I took it full time in September of last year, man.
And the best part is now Kate is joining the company in a month full time.
She'll be the chief strategy officer of the company. She's already
been working full time, just plus,
just behind the scenes,
being
man.
the
She's
mom, being of your two adorable kids.
Thank you.
His daughter, for better or for worse, is a prettier version of Taylor.
100%.
But oh my God, she looks just like you.
She does. Yeah, my son. I tell Kate, like, he looks nothing like me. looks like Kate.
She's like, good, because you got one that looks just like you.
Yeah,
it's funny. It's funny. So tell us a little bit about what SecurityVIP is now. Not just a podcast; it's so much more.
Yeah. No, I mean, we started as the podcast back in 2020. Nothing But the Truth is the podcast name. And then, since 2020, we've evolved in what I call a research firm in the security industry. So we still have the podcast, of course, but we do product reviews now of companies. We do articles. We do educational content around the security industry, primarily physical security, but we do have some cybersecurity content as well. But, since kind of taking it full time and doing all this educational content and helping end users make more informed decisions about their security and safety posture, a lot of people are coming to me like, yeah, Taylor, we're just kind of burned out, man, at the trade shows in this industry.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
You can only have so much swag.
Yeah. Well, that's the exact reaction. Most
swag
people
is
say.
fun the first round. Second round, you're like, I already got that thumb drive. I don't need that thumb drive again.
Yeah.
I don't even know where that thumb drive is.
Yeah. I don't need 1,000 thumb drives, right? But from the end user side, obviously, like, they go to like some of these shows and they're just kind of overwhelmed with the amount of people there, number one. And then number two, they don't feel like their voice is being heard on these kind of conversations. And then
they can't hear you. Plus, you can't hear anything at these damn trade shows anyhow. So even if their voice was wanting to be heard, they literally can't hear you.
Yeah, it's an assembly line. It's chaotic. It's noisy. Yada yada yada. The list goes on. But on the manufacturer side, which I know you know this as well, Seth, like, it's expensive, man, to have a booth at some of these shows.
Yeah,
and you're paying the union fees and the shipping and building your booth and the T&E. And so for a startup manufacturer that maybe is bleeding edge or has these cutting edge technology, they can't afford a 10 by 10 booth or a 20 by 20 booth.
They can't afford a table.
Yeah. And for 3 days, or 2 days show, like, they're hoping and praying that someone stops by and says, oh, I've got interest in your, like, the ROI is always in question.
It is.
Long story short, I took all that. Obviously, we still do the research, but we're just now putting that research element from the digital footprint to more of a brick and mortar footprint. So we're calling it the SVIP Security Experience Center. And this is our attempt to really challenge and kind of disrupt the whole trade show game
So is
by
this going to be
building.
physical too? Is this going to be like a physical space as well as an online space?
Yeah, it's roughly 20,000 square feet piece of real estate based here in Dallas, Fort Worth.
Wow.
It's pretty cool. We're subject to launch Q4 of this year, just outside of the airport. But we got about 25 manufacturers.
Perfect spot to put it though. Like,
Well, I think so. I mean, it's
airport, people can
Dallas
fly in.
Yeah.
They can go to their meetings, their trade shows, and on the way out, they can stop by and see what you got, which is good.
Yeah. Yeah. So like for a manufacturer, it's permanent, it's a permanent piece of real estate for them to have their product all year round versus a trade show,
I
it's only
love it.
temporary.
And it's also online too, isn't it?
Yeah. We do a bunch of an not e-commerce, but more, podcasts, of course, is still online. I have a studio now. I'm going to have a studio finally for the podcast. So
there you go.
I know I'm excited about that, but yeah, we'll still do the product testing.
You'll have a spot outside of your house to kind of get out, get the cobwebs off finally.
You get it.
Less garage, right?
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. So it's exciting, man. Going back to how I raised capital, I think before we kick this off, like I bootstrapped, of course, but I saw an industry friend saw what we were doing and they wanted to be involved and help me out. And so I was able to raise a little bit of non-dilutive capital to onboard 2 full-time hires. So I've got my VP of business development and my chief revenue officer now with me full-time. And the best part about being a founder, I didn't have to give up any equity to get them on board.
That's awesome.
Which is,
we're going to take a quick break, hear from our sponsors, and get right back to the show.
Which is rare. Typically, you got to go the VC route or family and friends around and give out, equity and stuff. But this industry friend just saw the value and said, you know what, I want to help you out, Taylor. And here's a bucket of money that you can
build out,
play with. Yeah.
Oh, that's fun. And then you're able to bring Kate on, your wife, which is awesome.
Correct.
And then maybe you'll have your mascots, your kids. Probably not. Put them in like hats and garb and all that good stuff. Yeah.
I mean, I want the center to be very educational. So like obviously, like I want school districts to do field trips at the experience center to really learn about proactive technologies. That's our whole foundation, is be educational.
I love it. So you're consumer reports almost for the security industry.
Try to be. We're an independent resource, right? So we'll have like competing technologies next to competing technologies. And so that really, really benefits the end user. And I think the other thing that's cool inside this experience center is we're going to mock up vertical environments. So we'll have a classroom environment, a hospital environment, a retail store, a casino floor. And then we'll have products inside those environments to really emulate what a real world environment looks like.
Oh, that's so much fun. Oh, it's like playing with like big boy Legos.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh, that's so cool.
You'll have to come check it out, man, once it's up and running.
Oh, yeah. I'll make a trip out. I haven't been to Dallas. I haven't been to Texas yet. I don't know why. I've never made it out to Texas. I've been out to Kentucky, shockingly. Never out to Texas. So we'll have to make a trip out.
We'll have to have you on the podcast then.
Yeah. Well, I love being on the podcast. Absolutely. Talking about, So I've asked this before, but let's ask this again, because what's the best thing about being an entrepreneur now that you're full-time in it?
You might agree with this. I mean, I just like working for myself now.
Nice.
You're your own boss. You set your own tasks and schedules. I'm nothing against corporate America or like, working for someone else. I think everyone has their own path wherever they are in their life. But for me personally, I just kind of got burned out of, working for someone else and submitting to someone else on their terms. And so now I'm in the position to support my family and do something that I'm 100% passionate about. And, I think it's the best job about being a founder now is, just waking up every single day and pushing yourself and believing in something that you think is going to be revolutionary for this industry.
I think it's great. Man. Now, what keeps you up at night besides your 10-month-old?
It's actually funny, man. He's actually sleeping through the night now. So I'm actually like,
so you do look pretty awake for being what?
Yeah. So I'm not as tired as I usually am.
3 now, your daughter?
My daughter's 2.5.
Yeah, so 2.5-year-old and 10-month-old. Yes, the fact that you're wide-eyed and bushy-tailed right now is shocking.
I think anyone's as a founder, I mean, being early stage and kind of the revenue journey is just revenue solves everything. As a founder, you want to get as much revenue in the door because that will solve literally any hire issue or burn rate issue. So I think that's what really keeps me up at night is just how do we continue to capitalize on the revenue streams that we have available and making sure we're hitting objectives that we need to hit, because as much as it is to raise capital and raise funding. It's, obviously I still have an obligation to my friend to pay him back his money, his return,
Yeah,
but obviously
he would
not
like
on,
that. He would like that at some point.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, but not on like, interest terms or anything like that. It's a really good deal.
Yeah.
It's kind of rare in my industry to do that, but
We're in most
it's just revenue,
industries,
man.
but yeah.
Yeah, it's just revenue. Just trying to make sure that we can, hit the goals that we want to hit as a company.
It's wild, man. It's wild. And what's the most important thing to carry with you all the time besides a good book of business?
Just to stay true to who I am. I think authenticity and accountability and transparency is what I've always been preaching in my career, and so making sure I always stay true to that, as well as we scale as a team. And I
That's
tell my
wild,
team
yeah.
every single week, like, I don't want to be. I know I said corporate America, but I don't ever want us to be corporate America. I
Ugh.
want you guys to all speak up. You guys have direct access to me. I mean, if you have an idea, let's
Yeah.
talk about it. Let's
And know that
implement it.
you're not the boss. Kate's the
Yeah.
boss.
Because like if Team MMA gets hit by a bus tomorrow, I want SVIP to still run.
Well,
So I
some
need
people
to
get hit by a bus. Hopefully, a camera will stop you from getting hit by a bus.
There you go. There you go. But I want to create that kind of environment. Like, look, like, everyone has value in this organization.
I love it, man.
And,
I love it.
So
Well, I'm so glad I got you on again. And everyone go check out svip.news. And also Taylor is very active on the LinkedIn. So
I'm very active. Yeah.
that's his place to hang out.
Yeah.
So and
it's like the only app I'm on like daily. Is
there you go.
LinkedIn.
Hey, you pick your vertical, and that's a great place to be. So
yeah.
All right, Taylor, thanks so much for being on, and we'll see everyone next week.
That was a great show. If you're enjoying Entrepreneur's Enigma, please consider giving us a review in the podcast directory of your choice. Every review helps us reach new listeners. If you like Entrepreneur's Enigma, consider the other shows on the Marketing Podcast Network at marketingpodcast.net.